Hi, my name is Arie Altena, archivist at V2 Lab for the Unstable Media in Rotterdam. I'm sorry I can't be there with you in person in Paris, but I'll use the next 4.5 minutes to tell you something about ways in which we try to activate the archive of V2, the stuff that we have about the history of 40 years of V2, a history that is about electronic arts, technological arts. Let me share my screen with you so you can see my presentation. So activating archival research at V2 Lab for the Unstable Media. We have an archive, both digital and physical, but predominantly digital material of, well, 1,500 events, thousands of works, lots of persons and organizations, and lots of video and photo documentation, also PDFs and texts. And there's much more than what is on the website, though the most important things are on the website. There's also production notes and folders with papers about all kinds of things. So we can see this as a kind of source material that would make it possible to reflect on the history of electronic arts, on art history, on the development of art and technology, and how this connects to our culture and well, the world that we live in. And but we also think that we need, let's say, strategies to activate this archive. So it's a living archive that people use in research, that people use in their reflections on technology and art. So ways to do this is make new exhibitions, write essays, commissioning new works that are inspired by old works, presentations for students and researchers, but also, and that's what I want to talk about, radio shows and small commissions for researchers. Well, there's also the Evening of the V2 Archive, second one coming up in June with 3 small commissions for young artists, reflecting on what an archive is. And we gave 3 radio commissions to researchers, thanks to a micro grant of the Network for Archiving, Design and Digital Culture. And these 3 radio commissions were broadcasters on our V2 monthly radio program on Operator Radio. So there was one with Katia Truijen and also with Kiki Lennarts. And there was one with Victoria Dokupulu, also with me in the radio studio. And Victoria Dokupulu, who's an artist and accidental archivist, she did research on the development of laptop orchestras and the work of Cor Fuller, a Dutch musician, composer, and also artist of sound installations. And her archival research really connected materials from archives of the Holland Festival, Sonic X, V2, the BIM House, and also, very important, personal archives of Gideon Kiers, and also a little bit of myself. Gideon Kiers turned out to have saved email with production notes, and that gave a lot of insight on the Mimeo Orchestra. Kiki Lennarts, a researcher, focused on the preservation of immersive media art and the ways in which you can anticipate obsolescence of technology, building on existing research that she was doing also at Tate Modern. And Katia Truijen reflected on the archive as a space for memory for art and technology. And she speculated how V2 reflected on this throughout 40 years of history in an email conversation with me. So you can find it on our website and also as Mixcloud, the podcasts. The texts have been published on the website, so people can use this again for further reflection. And I've had already nice emails about this, people who kind of were inspired by it. So that's nice to see that that happens. So findings and conclusions, very interestingly, all 3 were unearthing aspects of a history of V2 that are not often highlighted, that are overlooked or forgotten. I would never have thought to dive into the work of Cor Fuller, starting from the V2 archive. Theoretical and practical approaches really fold into each other, always reflecting on how to preserve tapes, to really theoretical reflections on what memory is. And the research connects different archives and content from there. So I think this is inspired us to kind of reflect on. Thank you.